This is some of what I'm about to say I actually wrote for a blog that eventually evolved into the blog I have now. But don't go into the archive because it's not there. It was deleted and, all that. So here it is, and this is my praise of Lula magazine. For some people in the world of film, the ultimate validation would be to win an Oscar. For others, it would be to have their movie premiere at Cannes or for a neophyte Sundance. While these would all be wonderful things, all of this in my budding career would pale in comparison to one thing: getting profiled in Lula magazine. If you're unaware, Lula is a British fashion magazine started by stylist Laith Clark, who grew up in Canada but is currently based out of the UK. Here in the United States, you can find it at bookstores like Borders and Barnes & Noble, where each issue costs $15. Now, that may sound very steep for a magazine until you factor that it only comes out twice a year. So if you've got the scratch, it's worth the investment. Among Lula's past profiles include Tilly in the Wall, William Eggleston, some people that I had no idea who they were until I read the magazine, like Becky Stark of Lavender Diamond, and filmmaker and performance artist Sarah Sophie Flicker. Who else has been profiled? Jane Pratt, and let's see. And Marianne Faithfull, who is arguably to Lula what Neil Young was to grunge. What makes Lula unique is not that it's British in origin, or its profiles of cutting-edge talent. Plenty of magazines do that. Okay. With Lula, you get the feeling that its staff are profiling artists and personalities they genuinely like, rather than merely covering them to promote their latest opus. Think of Lula as less of a fashion magazine and more like a zine with Sofia Coppola production values. Personally, I think this issue that's out right now, and I have some bookmarks for later, is their best issue yet. It has Kirsten Dunst on the cover, as you can see, and I know some of you are probably thinking, ugh, Kirsten Dunst, what a stoner. But actually, the girl's got some pretty good taste, but I kind of knew that. And she's the one responsible for choosing most of the subjects for this issue of Lula. Her choices for subjects were very eclectic and included Jason Schwartzman, Bud Cort, a woodworking artist by the name of Pamela Weir-Queaton, Jane Hallworth, who designed Kirsten's trailer for the Spider-Man movies, Karen Kliminick, I believe a painter, Keira Knightley, Mia Farrow, and Sasha Sagan, daughter of Carl, who is also a filmmaker and a very good friend of Kirsten's. Not since Sassy in the first Bush era has a magazine successfully broken the fourth wall between its staff and its readers, in my opinion. I admit that I envy everyone and anyone involved in the production of this magazine. In addition to Laith Clark being at the helm, last year's It Girl, Valentine Fillol-Cordier, or Valentine Fillol-Cordier, I don't know how her name is pronounced, is junior fashion editor. Designer Erin Featherston and Miranda July have been contributors, and Zoe Deschanel has appeared in their editorials. Being profiled in Lula is akin to joining a free-form jazz collaboration, in my opinion. It may not be for everyone's taste, but I assure you that if you do, it's a taste well worth acquiring. Buy Lula at your local bookstore now.